I'm Paul.
I'm Devin.
Together, we're Dads and Dice, two brand new dads who like to play some games during our free time.
That's right, and today we are going to be playing the polynomial laying game, BARENPARK. This game is relatively new to us. We actually just played for the first time at BGG Spring about a month ago, so I'm really excited to try it again, play it on BGA, see how it is, and we're also joined with a special guest, Mike from Board Games for One.
That's right. I've had the chance to kind of talk with Mike, get to know him a little bit. We wanted him on our channel. He's a very eccentric guy. It's probably the best way to describe him.
Come close. We need to talk about something serious for a moment. It has come to my attention, and I have witnessed this myself. It's shocking, but there are people out there that are playing board games with other people. Like, you take a turn, and you don't take the next turn. Another person takes a turn, and you wait. People are doing this. Look, if that's you, if you have this problem, we love you. We love you, but you're sick. You need help. Board games are for one.
He's got some of the funniest content out there. Awesome on YouTube. He's got his lists, he's got his recommendations, and his community on there that he's really trying to build.
But today we're going to break him out of his shell and have him play a 3-player game. Let's get to it. All right, guys, here we are with Mike from Board Games for One. Welcome, Mike.
Yo, howdy.
Like you said, welcome, Mike. We're glad to have you here. You and I have chatted quite a bit on Instagram, and we decided we wanted to try something together to kind of get you out of that solo bubble.
I know I'm very frightened, so y'all have to be very nice.
Well, we promise we'll go easy on you as best as we can. So we'll see here that we kind of all start off with different tiles. I started off with the smallest one since I'm going first. So all I'm going to do is place that tile somewhere on my board. Of course, I'm going to place it somewhere that gets me another tile. And then I get to pick my tile. And we'll pick this 3-piece one.
So Mike, where are you from?
Oh, there we go. Where am I from? That is a good question. Oh, good. It's your turn, so I can talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I was born in Columbus, Ohio. I grew up in the Florida Keys. I have moved every single year of my life. So I don't know. I don't know an answer to that.
Okay.
I would say the Florida Keys is the most likely.
Okay. All right.
So where are you located now?
Oh, top secret, my friend. Top secret. Somewhere in North
Earth,
Carolina. Right? Somewhere in North Carolina. That may or may not be true.
Okay. All right.
I believe I've been
you guys
to North
again.
Carolina
You guys are up north, right?
No,
we are not.
We
are
not. Texans.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the central time. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I must place the selected tile in your park. I've also only played on BGA like 3 times. All right.
Well, to start
Placing
off,
the selected tile.
Yeah, start off. It's pretty easy. You only have one tile to choose from.
Right. Oh, there it is. And I must be clicking the wrong one. I even tried another game earlier. Do I click it says I have one tile in my park. Is it that blue one underneath my big board? Oh, there it is.
Yes.
There it is. Okay.
The 3x1.
Yes. Okay. And then I covered the icons, I guess.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
And that's symmetrical. Green check. You must take new tiles. 1 green area, 1 park areas.
That's right.
And it is your turn. Do you really want to proceed to your next? No. The hardest part for me is just getting the interface when I first start the game.
Right.
The great thing about BGA, and we've said this many times, it does not let you do something wrong. So
so I must take these green.
So you have to take the green ones. Yes.
Right. Those are what I'm
easiest
looking for.
It should be the ones on the top.
There they are. I'm sorry. I was looking at the green forest.
You were looking at the ones for points.
Yes. I wanted those.
So if you look on that sideboard there, you'll see on the right side, which is technically the bottom of the board, at the
Yeah.
top. I'm sorry, the left side of the board. On the top left, you'll see a wheelbarrow. Underneath that, you see a cement truck, and then underneath that long blue one, you'll see an orange excavator. Those are the tiles from whenever you cover up those symbols. Those are the tiles that you can get.
Okay. I think I understood. Okay, you must confirm your turn. I did something. We're gonna
There you
get
go.
this.
There.
We're gonna
Yes.
get this.
That
Awesome.
looks good.
So you cover. It looks like you covered up a cement truck
That was
and
stressful.
a green wagon.
This is why I play alone.
So, speaking of playing alone there, I guess being a nomad, is that how you kind of got into the solo board gaming?
No, that was because I have no friends. But no, I have friends, at least like two, but I don't have any that like playing board games. And I took a trip to Scotland about 4 years ago, and I visited a buddy there, and him and his family, they all really enjoy playing board games.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I came back to the States, I was like, there's some really cool stuff. Like there's stuff beyond Risk. And I just didn't know how to play them, like, because I don't want to force somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and I found, what was it? Horrified, I think, had one player, and I tried it, and at first I was just like, I'll get things with multiplayer option that are also solo. I'll learn them, and then I'll have people over, and we'll have a game. And I tried that with Honey Buzz as my first game, which was not wise. And it just didn't work. So over the next couple years, I kind of out of necessity, I really grew to enjoy playing solo. And then when I play with people, I play more, not like party games, but like social deduction, simple card games, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So started as necessity, but it ended up actually becoming something that I find really relaxing.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think you had
place
mentioned
a tile in a park. Hold on, my brain's got to shut off for a minute.
No, it's not a problem. I really do like to play a lot of games solo. Probably a little bit, well, I would say more than Paul, but Paul's kind of gotten into it quite a bit lately.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of mine came from, so I have a wife that she will play games with me and she has fun playing games with me, but like I could play games to death for her, right? And so there's a lot of times where she just doesn't want to, and I can set up something on a table in our living room. She has on American Idol or who knows what she's actually watching, and we're both just kind of there together playing, or I'm playing and her doing whatever she wants.
I'm listening. I just figured something out too. Okay, there we go.
No, you're good.
You're totally good.
I'm honestly kind of the same way as you, Devin, especially lately, with Kirsten going to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So whenever Lola's napping, I realized that I would rather just play a game instead of just sit there and watch TV, right? I'd rather actually use my brain and think for stuff instead of just mindlessly sitting there. So yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot more accustomed to playing the solo games.
You did it.
You did it, Mike.
I'm listening. What you're saying is more important, but I did it.
No, you're totally good.
There.
You are totally good. So honestly, I have noticed, and I'm sure you definitely have, but in the last, I'm going to say, 2 years, I feel like solo gaming has almost become like a standard whenever games are developed now. Like it seems like all new games typically have a solo variant as part of them.
Well, because it's video games. It's just there's a tactile element. That's it. Like we play video games solo. I mean, granted, there's multiplayer, but you play a video game solo. It's a solo game. Very simple. This is just your solo game, physical. It's no different. So it makes sense for a multiplayer game to have a solo mode, so you can by yourself explore things that if you're with a group, you're under a little more time pressure and things like that. You're more focused on socializing. If you want to just explore the game and be like, this would be kind of weird, let me try this, you can do it.
That's
my thought.
I like that thought because I haven't heard it being compared to a video game before, but that's exactly what it is, right? When
It's
you're
just a
playing video
video,
games,
like
it's
instead of playing like an RPG or Star Wars or something, I'll put a game board out and enjoy it.
and like you mentioned exploring. I watched your one of your latest videos on your YouTube there, the 5 ways to get into solo gaming or something like that. I think it was titled. We'll put it up here, so people can check it out.
There you
But it
go.
talked about
Shameless plug.
that's right. You always got to do it. But you talked about how that's one of the things that you actually enjoy is exploring the board, and Devin and I, we differ completely on this section of gaming, right? Devin is
Oh, it's my
strategy.
turn.
How do I win this? How do I do this? How do I plan for this? And then for me, it's like, hey, I did this last time. Let's try something brand new this time, right? Like, ooh, that looks fun. It might not get me the most stuff, but it could be cool, right? I really enjoy that aspect of gaming.
Oh, I just learned how to rotate.
The
Yes.
little rotate thing.
Yeah, I'm all about the borders. I really should be covering icons right now. I'm just happy with the shape. Okay, I must take one enclosure, so that's going to be the backloader thing, or anything highlighted in red. I don't know.
Anything in red.
I like the tiki hut.
What kind of bears would live in there?
Oh, that's for the people to watch the
Okay.
bears. That's where you get your drinks. There we go.
Talking about drinks, what do you got there, Mike? I know you had something earlier.
Well, this is rather boring. That's water. And that is gin and tonic. Very
There
simple.
you go.
Yep.
Simple man. So, Mike, you've mentioned on a couple of your videos that you used to teach as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was a teacher for about 8 years. Started teaching high school in Southeast Ohio in the Appalachian foothills there. And that was a cool year. That was 10th grade English. I absolutely loved that. And a year after I did that, and then I got a chance to teach at a school in Thailand. And I thought that's pretty cool. So I moved to Thailand and I taught in various schools there for about 3 years. And then I taught virtually for K-12 for online high schools for 3 or 4 years. And then I taught in a middle school in person, and the school environment just changed enough that I just felt I was like, I need out. And one day I asked the janitor, you got to watch me. I'm watching the screen. I'll just forget it's a turn. But I remembered asking the janitor, I was like, how do I get your job? And so I picked up a window cleaning business, and I still like to do like community stuff, things like that. But I loved teaching. But when I was done, I was done.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
When did you leave the profession?
It was good timing. It was 2017 or 18.
Yeah, that's right. Before things got real crazy.
It was, and it was interesting because I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk while placing a tile.
I
Let's
believe
see
in
do
you.
Thank you. I appreciate
We've got
that.
full trust in you, Mike.
But what was the question? See, nope.
We'll let you
Wait,
finish.
it's still
there.
my turn. Oh, I have to take an animal house. Which one? I really like this. That pool's too fancy. I like this river.
The polar bears don't care.
Okay, oh, wait. I must take an animal house as well. Oh, I gotta take two things. I do need a bear house. Yeah.
So I will say I'll help you out here a little bit. You want to go for the ones that have points on them.
All right, so
Not
I picked
all of
one
them
that
are
had
worth points.
points and one that did not. So the shapes are just to get benefits from the icons, maybe, or just go for
Yes.
points any chance you can.
I would say go for points as best as you can. The ones on the top are just kind of for filling up spaces if you need to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I got one
So-
with points.
Yep.
So you left the
back.
profession around 2017 or so, 2018?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it was interesting because, of course, I felt bad about leaving teaching. I didn't want to do that, but I looked it up online, and it was like around that time of year, like it was veteran teachers, teachers of 20, 30 years that were just like, look, it's over.
Hmm.
So there was like around 2017 or so, it seems like there was just a mass exodus that started. I don't know. I don't want to call it burnout because I don't know that it was burnout. It was just like I'm not going to be doing much good anymore. you know, it's
Yeah.
over.
So I'm a middle school teacher.
Okay.
I'm going into my 10th year. And yeah, I mean, this is the first year that I've considered trying to find something new, right?
Yeah.
And it's not. It's exactly what you said. It's not the teaching. I absolutely love the teaching aspect of it,
No.
right? I love the kids. I have
Even the
middle school
parents were
science,
fine. I didn't have
and
any trouble with parents.
for the most part, parents were fine, right?
Yeah.
It's all the paper pushers up above, the admin, the people that aren't in the classroom that don't
Admin
know
got
what's
out of
going on.
control. That is exactly what it was. It was like, and I am all for, I love continuing education. I'm all for data and research
Hmm.
and logging everything, totally fine. I made databases when I was with K-12. It's fine. When I went back to the middle school, man, it was like, oh, I got to select a tile from my supply. I'm going to shut
There
up.
you
But
go. It's
yeah,
your turn.
I'll let you take over. But it was, I don't want to blame admin, but it was just something changed, and it was a little out of control.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying.
Oh
I will say I
no.
think parents were a little bit more because admin wants to give in to them. You don't want to ruffle any feathers or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know the way that it's going. Everything ebbs and flows, right? So
I play
we're in
something
a.
with points,
There you go, Mike.
and it's still my turn to take something else with points. I sure like those squares, but we need. That was a mistake, but I did it anyway.
Paul,
Hand
I
of
think
cards.
the ebbs and flows, you are right, right? And I'm just from, so my wife's a teacher. I'm surrounded by teachers always. And it's,
What is it with teachers and board games?
I know,
It's like
right?
it's an illness.
But yeah, and it is. It's because I feel like, from hearing from Lacey, right? Admin, it's like they get in that position, write it out for 3 years, and get out of there. That admin constantly changes, so you
Mhm.
go from a good admin, you stay with the same school, to then an admin you don't care for as much, and you didn't do anything different. It's just they,
Yeah.
changed, left, whatever.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that honestly, that may have been what it was. It was, and I'll work in a bad environment. It's hard to put into words. Something just shifted enough that I was like, it was not the kids or teaching. There was something else.
So going to Thailand, how was that experience?
I loved it. I That was the first time I felt at home or felt at home actually. So I was in the northeast. I was not in the tourist area. I was in northeast Thailand. It's called Isan, between Cambodia and Laos, in a province called Royet, which just means 101. I have no idea why. Yeah, just in the middle of the rice fields. And I loved it. I got around everywhere walking and by bicycle, and I learned the language. I had good friends that I made there. I loved it. And then the second half, I moved to Phuket, which is a tourist area.
Uh,
And I actually liked Royat more, but it still was it's a beautiful island. And it was hard to leave.
yeah, I could imagine that for sure. I know in Asia they're always looking for people to teach English, right? They're willing to do that, and Devin Lacey did that, didn't she?
Yeah, so as soon as Lacey graduated college, she went and spent her first year teaching in China, and she
Okay.
loved it. She completely loved it. Now I don't know if
Is
yours was.
that your wife?
Yes, my wife.
Okay.
She hers was a mission based thing, and so that's what sent her there. But she actually was going to go back to China the summer of 2020. It was all planned. She was going to spend the summer there with a friend, and then of course, the world shut down, and that did not end up happening.
Big surprise.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, she completely loved it there and talks about all the time and wants us to go together.
Oh, that would be... I hope you get to do it.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So, okay, so you moved from teaching to, did you say you started a window washing business?
Yeah, window cleaning. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with humans. No, I wanted something where I could do like physical work, but also kind of have my mind free when I went home and still just have free time. That's all.
Yeah.
And I ended up loving it. I usually have a hard time. Like my brain has to be engaged all the time, or my mind's just all over the place.
Right.
And I mean, the shorts now, I would be out of control. But yeah, so I started that up, and it really took off as a good little business. And I knew going in that I wanted to be just one guy. I did not want to grow. I didn't want to have employees. Okay. I just wanted to grow in reputation as one guy.
Yeah. So
it's landed well. And
your
then
whole
I started
life is
doing
just
this,
solo.
and now this is a little side project.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. That's I think that's honestly kind of like the dream, right? I know, like, work for yourself, do what you want when you can, right? Like, there's no one telling you when to work, when not to work, except for your bills and stuff like that, obviously. But, like, it's really just what do you want to do and when you want to do it. And as long as it's stimulating, then hey, that's the best way.
Yeah. No, it does. It can have its downsides for certain people. For me, the self-discipline isn't difficult. And I'm in a nice place for it. A lot of the places I clean are on the beach or close to the beach, so it's nice. Okay. You know, it's nice out. In the winter, it's a little chilly. That's the only downside sometimes. All right, let's see.
And you need those windows cleaned year round.
Absolutely.
So
it gets dirty in a week, and I'm like, thank you.
Without prying into where you are, do you do any high rises?
It's okay. I'm on right, but it's just nobody's ever heard of it. So Raleigh, 3 hours east to the coast, I'm like the base of the Outer Banks.
Okay.
I am not the Outer Banks. I'm the very bottom, right before it's officially counted.
Okay.
I'm the foot of the Outer Banks.
Well, do you do any tall buildings where you have to do the scaffolding that you see in movies and that type of window washing?
Nope, I won't go more than... I picked the wrong tile, and I'm very sad about it. I won't go more than 45 feet, and I do that from the ground. Mm-hmm. So I hold a pole.
Okay.
Ow.
And, I'm just going to have to eat it and do this. Break my little heart. Oh, that's not.
You can always undo your turn if you want to.
Yeah, no, it's... I'm not sure what I did. Maybe I'm overlapping.
So you can't cover that pit.
Oh, gotcha. The pits can't be covered. Okay.
Yeah, so they can only be covered once you've completed the...
Oh, so you can see what I'm doing.
I mean, I can see your board.
Well, how embarrassing. Okay.
I actually can't see what you're doing.
You know what? I'm just going to place it there. But anyway, yeah, so I do a pole from the ground that goes up about 45 feet. If I need to use a ladder, I won't go more than the second story. I don't do scaffolding. I don't drop from the sides of buildings. So 4 stories is the highest I go.
Okay.
Oh, what would go good there? Oh, dear.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Mike, I picked the wrong piece for my turn also.
It's going to be all right. We're going to get through it. I got 4 points. I'm happy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Points are points.
And just blame it on the gin.
So what? That's the plan.
Or, blame it on the fact that you're playing with people, right?
Because suddenly you have to kick Mike off the stream. Oh, no. He started out really nice, and oh, boy.
Just scrap this episode.
Hey. It was great having you, Mike.
Yeah.
I'll message you each week. Hey, when's the video going up, guys?
Yeah.
Editing,
it's coming.
you know, it's just it's backed up in editing.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Then you start getting the phone calls. Hey, guys.
uh,
So, what would you? Not that I encourage it at all. If you could switch it all, what were you thinking of?
Well, that's the problem, right? There's not very much out there. I don't know, honestly. I mean, I'm kind of, I have no idea. No idea,
Yeah,
which is why I'm teaching next year.
and that's good. It's good for it to take some time. You know, things can change, or by the time if you do decide you need to change, you don't have any doubts about it.
And that's kind of the thing, I say that I was really considering it, but when
Maybe
it comes
YouTube will
down
take
to
off.
it, that was, yeah, I think actually around that time was when I told Devin, hey, we need to start recording these games.
Yeah.
yeah, he just suckered me into his plan of getting out of teaching.
Now, you're not a teacher. You're just surrounded by them.
Yes, yeah, I'm surrounded all
Okay.
by them. My parents and wife and Paul, and
Oh
it
my
seems
goodness,
like
what
everybody.
is wrong with people?
Yeah, everybody in my life is a teacher. But no,
And you were wise.
I tell everybody this. I like what I do. I am in refrigeration wholesale. It is super boring for adults to talk about, so I don't really talk about it all that much. But I enjoy my job.
Well, I think you should talk about it. Let's hear about it. We just went into our lives about teaching, and everything I said may or may not be true. Thailand may not have happened. Who knows?
That is
But,
true. I only
yeah,
half believe you there.
Yeah, can you verify it? But tell us about refrigeration sales.
Okay, so let me click this then, and I will begin to bore. So I'm in refrigeration and air conditioning, although my business is mostly in the refrigeration side, and it is not the home air conditioning or residential residential refrigeration. So it's not like your refrigerator sitting at home. It's the
So like commercial, like in a restaurant.
correct, exactly what it is. It's all commercial.
Well, that is fun because you can lock people in there.
Yeah, you know what? We sell the things that are supposed to be on the inside for safety to get out, but yeah, I guess you could do that.
And well, that's why you can do it. You know they're going to be okay.
Right. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly.
Oh dear, allegedly.
But yeah, so I have I've really pretty much done it. I did it off and on back when I was playing around with college. I didn't ever finish college, and so then I went to doing this full time, and now I've done it.
I like playing around with college.
Yeah, that's really what I did. A lot of people go for education, and I went for other reasons.
Sometimes college is totally overrated. I would tell my students, because a lot of my students weren't going to be going to college, and I didn't want them to feel bad about that. And I would always tell, like, college is not for, and I'm not talking about you, but it is not for everyone. It is not the best route. There are plenty of other good routes. That's one route. But it's also a very bad route for some people.
You know what?
I agree 100%.
Yeah,
I think more teachers need to tell people that.
Yeah, that drove me nuts. I'm always like, don't encourage it. That's a disaster. Save your money, do a trade school. That's what they want to do. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I 100% agree with that. Right? I'm a lot of proof that college isn't for everyone, and I don't know. I think a lot of it is you get a lot of, and I don't mean this in a hateful way. You get a lot of middle class parents that probably didn't go to college or worked their way up to where they are, and then they always were like, oh, but my kid's going to go to college and do better, and then it just feeds into everybody is saying their kid's going to go to college and do better, and it isn't for everybody, and you should realize that some kids should go into a trade and not go into debt for school that they're not going to finish or whatnot.
Yep, totally agree. I was hearing everything you said. I just looked at you guys' boards for the first time, and that's not fair. Dirty Beats 9 is like a park with no gaps. Like, I would visit that park. Mine is like, don't look at the empty construction site right there. Oh, watch your step. There's a pit. Why? It's just there.
But you know what, Mike? We haven't addressed it yet. Everyone will go to yours because you're dressed up for it.
That
I am dressed for the job.
that is true.
I'm the one with the most casualties because dressed to
Appearance
impress.
is
No
everything.
idea what's going on. Why is there a backhoe? I don't know. Why are you asking me? Okay, let's put this right here. Let's fill that up. That makes me happy. No points? Anyway, back to refrigeration. That was interesting.
Okay, yeah, so it's not, but that's all right. So yeah, I do.
Hey, hold on. Yes. I didn't get to pick a tile.
Did you cover a symbol?
Oh my goodness, is that what that's all about?
Yes.
Break my heart.
So thankfully you have 2 more pieces.
Okay. Back to refrigeration.
Back to refrigeration. Yeah, so like if you were, you decided not to do window washing anymore and you decided to build a restaurant or go start a restaurant, I pretty much sell...
No.
I agree, no. But I would sell you everything in the kitchen for the cold side of things. We don't do the like stoves or grills or that kind of stuff, but we do all the walk-ins and the prep tables and the display cases or whatever you have. And so that's the part I really enjoy because we get to size the stuff. We get to... oh, you made the board too big.
Gotta readjust them.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my goodness. What happened?
Oh, now I'm the one that's distracted. Yeah, that was Mike's plan all along.
Mm-hmm. Keep talking.
We're usually doing the distracting, and now it's back on us.
I do my best to flip the tables. And at the end, I'll say thank you for being my guests. And
yeah. Let's do...
We've messed up Devin completely.
Yeah, let's do this guy here.
He needs messed up. I mean, he's only got that one tiny little gap down there. Look, like there's a whole walking path. The water right next to the viewing area makes sense.
Yeah, it's
He's got cute pandas. Do I have any? Oh, I do have pandas.
How
did you get pandas without the covering?
Wow, you really have messed me up.
There you go,
Where am
Mike.
I going to place this tile?
I'm gonna make you a badge and send it to you that says "Messed Up Devin."
Thank you.
You can wear it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that can be our
you've
thumbnail.
Been making me talk during my turn, and you have suddenly stopped talking so that you can think, and that is not how this works. I think we talked about that before we started, right?
You are correct.
Winning doesn't matter; it's conversation. So anyway, you were talking about the opening a restaurant, walk-ins, and things like that.
Yeah. So you would come to me, you would tell me. Or really, you would hire.
And that's dirty. See, you waited to do that until you finished your turn.
See,
and now it's my turn. And I want everybody to know that if you decide to come as a guest, there is some sleight of hand going on. Keep going.
We distract with conversation is what we do here. That's how we win when we play board games with people.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way that I get not losses in. I didn't say wins. I said not losses.
Did I cover something? Yes, I did. Okay, I almost forgot.
That is crucial.
That is crucial. I want that piece. Actually, I don't know why I want that piece either. There's better. Whatever.
It fits. It's pretty.
That's cool. But you do the sales. You don't do the installation.
Correct. So we are not a service company. We don't do that. We strictly are wholesale. We're selling the equipment. And whatnot, and then of course the parts too. If you owned a restaurant and your stuff was down, and you didn't want to buy something new, we do the parts. But we get to size the stuff, run load calculations, that kind of stuff. That's the fun part.
Okay.
And then so it is wholesale. So like I deal with the exact same customers day in, day out, right? And which I enjoy, right? I could never do retail where you get, a bunch of gripey customers that you're only going to see that time, but you still have to be nice to. Mine are the exact same people every day, so you really get to know them. I don't know.
So do you go into an office or
yeah? So yeah,
do you work like remote?
It's more like if you've ever been to like an AutoZone or an O'Reilly's, it's a showroom set up like that, right? Where so it's an open showroom. We have a counter. You would come to me for more of your technical parts.
But also, Devin hasn't mentioned that he's the boss.
Don't let him think. Don't let him think, dude. Don't let him stop talking.
Oh yeah, you did. There. Well, I clicked that. But yeah, so
11 points. You let him stop talking. All right, now you can keep talking.
Yeah. But yeah, so I go into a showroom. I am the manager of my place, so I have 10 employees, and we're connected to one of we have company wide we have I think 500 locations nationwide, but we have 7 distribution centers, and I'm one of the stores connected to that. So one, we have every part you ever need, but 2, we, instead of being like, oh, just us in this small little like AutoZone building.
Hold on, we got to make Dirty Beats 9 talk now.
Oh yeah, done with the refrigeration, as I said.
What do you teach? What subject?
Teach 7th grade science.
Okay.
And actually, I take that back. I do teach 7th grade science, but this year I am teaching 6th and 8th grade as well. So I just switched districts. I am actually going to be teaching at an alternative school for students that have gotten in trouble and need a little bit of help making their way back. So
I think that will be fun, actually.
Yeah, it's actually
if I stayed in it, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's the DAEP program. It's for the kids that get in trouble at school and can't handle being in a big school setting. So my classes are going to be about 15 students each, maximum. I'm teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, 3 different classes. I'll have an aide in every single one of my classes.
That's
honestly,
incredible.
It sounds really nice. There's consistency. There's behavior programs. Yeah, it's going to be super nice. I'm very excited. And the biggest thing for me, I never got caught in school doing bad stuff, but my friends were all the ones that got caught. So I know the kids aren't bad kids. They just made a dumb decision. And all they need is just a little bit of help to get them in the right place. So I'm super excited to hopefully be one of those teachers that gets to help them out,
Awesome. Yeah, that's exciting.
That takes
now let's make Mike
this year, Paul.
Let's make Mike. Yeah, I start I go back August 1st. Not with kids, but
that is coming up very, very fast.
And of course, with COVID this week, Mike, I got COVID this week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's wasting 10 more days of my summer. I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah.
But in reality, would you have
seriously though, like, did you feel sick, or did you find out and then you just have to?
Well, no. So today was actually the first day that I feel pretty good.
Okay. Well, then I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. No, I've never felt terrible.
Okay.
I've been able to do physical activity and everything every day, so don't feel bad. Today I just feel kind of normal.
Okay.
But we had my daughter's birthday party last Friday, and one of my friends that was here, he tested positive, and I kind of woke up with like a sore throat, and I was like, oh well, I'll just go ahead and get tested just in case, and yeah, it was positive. So
okay,
second time, I'm a winner 2 times.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I never you lost 10 days of your summer break because of the way I switched the timing of when I switched jobs. I've never had a summer break actually. So I taught 8 years, but I never. Oh, kicking my camera. I got excited there. I've never had the summer break experience.
There's no way that I would ever do that. That's the best part of being a teacher is getting that summer break.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm confused because I'm not a teacher. How did you never get a summer break, or how do you not get summer breaks?
Yeah, make them talk.
There's nothing's happening this turn. I'm forced to pass. So I've clearly made some very, very bad decisions in my life. No, because I taught my first year of teaching up through May when the school year ended.
Mm-hmm.
And the day school ended, I then flew to Thailand. And within maybe, I think they gave me 5 days. And then I started teaching there. And they don't do summer breaks there. You do like a month off here, a month off there. So I did get some time.
Right.
Just not like maybe it's, 3 weeks off at a time throughout the year. And then when I switched to virtual teaching, that's year round. And then middle school made it halfway through the year. And I was like, you know what? They had a substitute for the first 3 months. He's ready to go back. He wants to go back. I'm out. So no summer break.
I see. Huh.
But I
you're,
never missed it either. Like it didn't bother me.
I know one of my friends from my old district, he was teaching up in New York. And whenever he got hired here, their school year ended, I want to say like July or something like that. I don't remember, or late June. And we ended Memorial Day. And then by the time he moved here, he had to start like new teacher orientation, like end of July or mid July or something like that. So he had like two weeks of summer just because of the move and all that kind of stuff. So
Really
I know it
quick,
happens.
I want to hear what you have to say. If I call them dinosaurs, these green things.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
The green things are going to give you the green pieces on the top. So
Well, I don't want the green pieces.
So then if you cover the white little ones,
Yeah.
you get the next section down. So
Okay. All right. So a T or an L. Nope, I can't do the L. They're gone. Oh, cried. There's only so many.
They start disappearing.
Oh, well, that's dirty.
I couldn't imagine, and I love Lacey to death, but what
I'm
she
just
would
going to make a decision.
I was gonna say I can't imagine what Lacey would be like if she did not get a summer break. she
Well,
needs
it's
that.
different that's a different type of teaching. Like, because the time in Thailand, we still got chunks of breaks. You just get it like 3 times a year.
Right.
So you get refreshment time. If I was teaching and then teaching virtually, you teach different in the summer than you do during the school year, and it's virtual as well, so it's a different environment. If I had taught 8 years in a brick and mortar United States school, I don't
better
know how
believe you
you
want that
could.
break.
You work so hard, it's nuts. During that school year, you wouldn't last. There's no way.
I guess now that you say she has told me when that year she taught in China that at some point throughout the year she had like a 3-week break that they actually spent in Thailand.
Okay.
So that makes sense because it wasn't a summer break; it was just sometime throughout the year.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I know a lot of other places they do year-round school, and that's what they do. They just do like instead like they have a couple Christmas breaks, right? A couple 2-week breaks here, a couple 3-week breaks there, and those are always so nice. Like when those hit at the perfect time.
Yeah. But yeah, teaching United States brick and mortar that's a whole other game.
So no thoughts of ever going back?
No. When I was done, I had no doubts. I was done.
Right.
Nope, it's done.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
No,
But
not
I
at
do
all.
love, like, I still like doing community stuff. I still love teaching. I just wouldn't teach in public school again,
Right.
So
which is
actually,
what I
that's
went in it for. I liked being on the ground, but I'm too old. I'm too old.
so talking about your community service stuff. I know you do gymnastics, which I would love to talk about. But do you teach with that also? Like, is that one of the things you kind of do?
Yeah, so I I don't coach now, but I coached. I kind of supervise the coaching now, but I coached the boys team for about a year and a half or so, so that I could so I could get more knowledge
Hmm.
about it, and that was enjoyable. I I would rather there be a coach that's a little younger with a little more energy and all that.
Hmm.
So since my buddy owns the gym, I just kind of make sure that the boys coach is trained. I check in on him. I'll still do private lessons for the boys. Oh, I forgot about those pits.
Oh,
Mm.
is that
Darn
the
pits.
pits?
Oh.
I have a
Ooh.
I have a block and I can't use it because somebody dug a hole in the middle of my park when I wasn't looking.
Well, those
Oh
holes are for
no.
statues, right? It's they're erecting statues.
Tricky little game. Tricky little
Yes.
game. All right, well, I'm going to take this one because there's three of them.
Oh no.
Oh, poor Square. You're not welcome. That's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, that's rough right there.
But yeah, so with gymnastics, what it was is I moved here in like 2017, Eastern North Carolina, and I made a good friend here, and he owns a gymnastics gym. And I was like, I've never lifted free weights or anything in my life, and I had just gotten interested in that and was kind of teaching myself, and it wasn't going so well. And I was like, I want to learn how to do a muscle up. So he would let me come to the gym, and it took me a year, but I finally got my little muscle up. Then I wanted to learn more stuff, and they needed a boys coach. So he was like, well, you know how to teach, I'll just show you the skills. So I started coaching and learning things, and then I tried the things out myself as an adult, which is not beautiful, but it's fun.
That's
So I
that's
go
awesome.
I go 2 or 3 times a week. Just it also keeps me able to do my job. Like as long as I do lots of stretching and anything to kind of keep muscle up, then I don't hurt at all.
yeah.
So it's
I
good
think
too.
gymnastics is definitely one of those like underappreciated sports. I feel like,
Oh,
especially
it's
like male
amazing.
gymnastics, right? Like
Oh
those
man. Well,
people
around
have.
the rest of the world, it's like there's soccer and men's gymnastics. United States, it's all but dead.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they are, I think, top athletes, right? Like, just the stuff that they do is insane, and
It is
that's awesome.
nuts.
Props to you for getting into it at such like a later stage, right? Like, not
Well,
because
it's mostly, I mean, that's great, and I post my little thing to make myself think I'm awesome. But you got to keep in mind, I'm in a gym with coaches who did gymnastics when they were younger and can still like just jump and do like a split for whatever reason, and a bunch of little kids that are doing, all these saltos and twists and things, and then there's this big old, and everybody's like small, and then there's this one big gigantic dude that's just like doing a swing and so excited about it. So it's not pretty in person.
that's
That's great.
awesome. All
Paul,
right, well, I am about to end the game right here with this placing my park. Oh, I got to take a tile. Let me
well,
see what to
I
take.
don't think it matters too much.
It does not matter, but I have to take something.
I'm the
The
little
front.
unnamed park outside of Disney that you do when you can't get into Disney.
Oh, I thought they were going to tally up the
Devin
scores.
Logs wins. Boo.
Oh,
Wait, we don't like to boo. We like
we
to
do
say
like the
yay.
boo.
No, I'm very happy for
Boo.
you. No, that was nice. So let me see. So
So yeah, we
38. Hey, it's almost my age.
that's good. That's what you were going for. So I know that's
Okay, no, that's cool.
Oh,
No, I actually
man.
like but just looking at you guys' parks, those are filled in nice. So I started to get an idea toward the end there. of covering your strategy is covering up those blocks so you can keep feeding yourself more
Mhm.
tiles and have enough tiles to have some options.
That's pretty
Yes.
much it, right? Building, I personally like to build to the bigger pieces that get points, and then I'll figure out how to kind of shove them into the park, you know.
Yeah,
So,
it's a cool little game. I like it.
but
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's nice and pretty easy for the most part and quick, and it's I do believe this game has a solo mode, I think.
I think so.
So, maybe that's something you want to look into, just a quick easy game.
Let's see.
but
I'm
yes,
sure it does.
that was fun. Mike, thank you.
2 to 4 players. It does not have a solo mode. Let it be known.
No.
You liar.
Let it
Paul.
be known. Sorry. Well, you got to come back and play with us again at some point.
Yeah, no, I'd like that.
Mike, thank you so much for joining us. It was a blast. Fun talking to you, learning a
Absolutely.
little bit about you. Go ahead and plug yourself. Tell people where they can find you.
I am Mike. I am on Board Games for One on YouTube, and I just find good solo games and check it out. It's a lot of nonsense on there too. That's it.
There's a lot of really funny shorts, something
Yeah.
you are really good at. So yes, please go check him out. Paul, I think that's all I've got, unless you've got anything else.
Yeah, and just to kind of plug Mike a little bit more here, his content is awesome. Like, he will help you get into the solo gaming. He will help you pick the best solo game there is. He'll rate all the solo games by different mechanic. And the production quality is just top notch. It's all awesome stuff. And honestly, when your videos come out, it's one of the first ones that I go watch. So keep doing what you're
That's
doing.
awesome.
It's great
And
stuff.
there is, I really do appreciate it. It's a learning thing in progress, but I do have a thing, and so far people are responding. If you do go to my channel, the Board Games for One, and you go to the community tab, I use that a lot, and you can actually vote for things that affect future videos. So like right now, I have on there, let's play a game together. Vote what I'll be forced to do at some point during the next video, Batman Return of the Dark Knight. And they get to view. I either have, and I don't get to explain it during the video, so people who don't vote this won't have any idea why I'm being weird. Throughout the video, I either will have to keep looking around nervously, like the CIA is after me, baby talk to viewers like I'm a grandparent to a kid, try to convince viewers to comment with the alphabet without outright asking, or some other things. So you can vote and things like that I'll put in the video. It's a way for us to play a game. Even though we're all solo gamers, we get to play a game together too.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and get the community involved, or all the
And it
viewers
entertains
involved.
Just entertain me, just appease me,
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, right? If you're having fun, then it's definitely
fun, and I want everyone on there to have fun, kind of like what you guys are doing. But yes, I won't
Awesome.
keep you on. I would love to do it again. So it's been enjoyable, guys. Thank you.
Definitely.
Yes, we will have to do that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This was BarenPark, and we will catch you next time.